Hello and welcome back. In today's section, you will learn how to deploy your React application to AWS using Amplify. This video is intended for data scientists and developers that are looking to go live. You've developed your amazing application and you would like to share it with other people. In other words, deploy it. Now, before we get started, let's talk about AWS. AWS, also called Amazon Web Services, is the world's most popular cloud platform, and its reputation speaks for itself. It provides computing power, storage, and a lot of other services. You can build and deploy your web applications, mobile applications, uh, machine learning projects, etc. etc. Now, AWS Amplify is a service within AWS that simplifies the process of building and deploying full stack web applications. With Amplify, you don't need to manage infrastructure manually. So it's a developer friendly tool and works seamlessly with all the popular frameworks like React, Vue, Angular, Next.js, etc. Now, let's get started. Before we get started, you need to have a React application, you need to have an AWS account, and you need to have a GitHub account. Your React application should be running at least for your local machine. I just started up this boilerplate one, and if we come to the browser, we can see that it is running well. And then when creating an AWS account, you may be required to enter your credit card information, but it turns out that Amplify is one of those few services that are completely free, so no worries, your money will not be taken. And then your code should be pushed to GitHub because Amplify offers a way to upload your code, but as we shall see, the best alternative is to get it from your GitHub repository. So let's just head to AWS. Okay, you can just search AWS on Google if you you know you can't find a URL, and probably the first link that comes is our guy. And once you arrive at AWS, you can just, there is this little search button, search bar here. You can just enter there, Amplify. And the first result, which has a little triangle, is our guy. Okay. Now this will open up a web UI where we shall be deploying our React app, and it's really simple and intuitive. So what we shall have is I have some app already actually deployed. The data idea front end is actually deployed, but what I want to do is I will click on create new app. Okay, now before we create an app, they're telling us start building with Amplify, and we can select either from GitHub or a bunch of other project management tools. However, you can also deploy without Git. Okay, with deploying without Git, you will have to push your build file, your build code. Okay, but for us, we want to use GitHub. So we can click next, and this one will ask us to authorize AWS to access our GitHub repositories. So I already did that, and now it only remembers. Now I can go, when I click here in this little search bar, it's having select a repository. When I click there, I have this data idea demo site which I just pushed. Let me select that, and here you can select a branch. There is only master, but you may have many branches. And then I can click next. Simple. And then here there is a few steps that you may want to look at. For example, the build command. Most of these will work, so you don't need to modify anything. So just click next. Alright, so we have everything set up for us, and then we can just click save and deploy. You can review, but chances are these settings are going to work for you. So let's just save and then deploy. So it will take a few seconds and then our app will be deployed and it will be ready for viewing. Okay, so yeah, once it's done, they give you this little URL. Okay, this URL, if we click on it, we shall open our deployed site. But first, let's wait for it to finish. So I'm gonna pause the recording for now as we wait for it to finish deploying. Alright, so it looks like our app is done deploying. So we can just click on this link they've provided for us, and then we shall view our app. Then we can share this link, of course, to other friends so they can see out our amazing app. And maybe other things you may want to do. The other thing you may want to do is if you see our URL here, our link, okay, it's having this master.gubadigu.amplifyapp.com, and you may not want that. You may want to set your own domain. If you have a domain name, you can come to hosting and then you come to custom domains. Under this section, you'll be able to add your own domain. Otherwise, that's all I wanted to show you in this video. AWS Amplify is so easy to use and yet it's premium. It offers automatic updates to your application once you make a commit, a change and commit. And really, I don't see why people don't use it. Also, it's free, by the way, as I mentioned earlier on. Alright, so in next section, I will show you how we can deploy our Django backend using AWS Elastic Beanstalk.